based on my knowledge that I know of. Granted, I'm not familiar with all state laws regarding workers' compensation. I do know that workers' compensation in California has been historically, I'll say this with a grain of salt, favorable to the injured worker. Here's an example of this. We used to represent pro athletes in their workers' comp cases. We did a lot of work for NHL, NFL, NBA, and some MLB players. A ton of cases, hundreds and hundreds of these cases. And all the players would come to us from out of state because we had very favorable laws here, so we could file their claims here in California if they played games here or played for California teams at some point in their career. That changed, but that's just an example of California laws specifically being far more favorable to the injured worker. And California in general has always been historically known to be employee-oriented as a state. You know, if you're an employer out there and you're listening to this, I'm sure you know, right? California can be a headache sometimes from the employer's perspective, but it can also be very, very favorable to employees with a lot of protections for employee rights, including workers' compensation.